So I just finished watching an anime called Hikaru no Go, and the simplest way to put it is that it's like Yu-Gi-Oh except more realistic. There's no holograms or anything else. And the storyline is that a young boy named Shindo Hikaru, he goes to his grandfather's house and he's cleaning out his like attic or something, his attic or garage. I can't even remember which one, but he finds a Go board. Which Go, for those of you who don't know, it's a game that I don't have time to explain that right now. But basically, what it is, he finds a Go board and a ghost pops out of it and inhabits Shindo's body. And so now, long story short, Shindo is going playing Go, for the ghost. The ghost name is Sai, and Sai will tell Shindo where to place the ghost stones, and he will pick up a stone and place it on the board. Unfortunately, Sai is a master of it, and so he's a really great player, and Shindo is now destroying some of the top players. The very first game he ever plays is against Toya Akira, who is the top Go player in the nation for their age. Who I forgot to mention that the show starts when they're in middle school, like about 11 or 12. And so for their age group, like Toya Akira, he's the best Go player, and he's about to turn pro in just a matter of months. And Shindo just beats him easily the very first time he ever stepped in front of a Go board, and it's because he was playing for Sai. And so now suddenly, people keep looking at Shindo, expecting greatness out of him. And it's easy with Sai controlling him, but the more he plays, the more Shindo realizes he actually likes the game of Go. It's fun, it's fantastic, he wants to play for himself. And so he starts playing for himself in training, and he's not as good as Sai. But, that's the best thing about the story, he gets better. And I feel like this story is completely carried by the growth and development of the characters. That was the best part for me, seeing these characters. They got older and they got stronger. You saw them grow. The story takes place over about 2.5, 3 years. From the very first episode to the very last episode. There are 75 episodes. It ran for like a year and a half in Japan. It took me, let's say, longer than that to get through it, but that's because I was watching it a bit at a time. And I'm first of all, like, when they play the games, because it's all about the game of Go and trying to get better at that. And they did a very good job of making this anime, because watching those games, even though I have no idea what's actually going on, there is so much intensity there that I can feel it. They did a great job piecing it together, and editing the action and putting the music in there so that you can like feel the intensity that these players are fighting with. And so that, you find at least I personally find myself getting sucked into the action, even though I have no idea what the action actually is. And for me, it's a great story. Like I said, it's all about the growth and development of these characters. It is a character-driven story, and I feel like so they definitely did a good job with that. And there are times when it's exciting. There are times when it feels like it's dragging on too long. There are there's no real like mind fucks, but there are a few times when they hit you with maybe an unexpected curve. And overall, overall it's just a simple, straightforward story, and it's not necessarily for everyone. There might be those of you who find it boring, and I don't blame you for that. But overall, I feel like of all the anime I've seen, this definitely has one of the best stories. Just like I said, seeing how these characters change from the beginning to the end. Watching from if you go back and if you've watched through the entire series, then you'll see, like, go back and watch the first episode, you won't even believe what you see. It's one of those stories, and so it is definitely one I recommend it. I would say maybe like 7.5 out of 10, just because my biggest problem is the length of it. it's easy to go through short 13 episode storylines. This one's got 75, and so it takes a while to get through it. And if I and there were like 2 or 3 times where I just stopped for like months on end and then went back to it. But you know that it's kind of a drain. But overall, it's still a fantastic storyline, one that I really enjoyed, and I don't plan on it right now just because there are still others I want to get through. But this is one that I might consider looking at again because it is a great storyline and I had fun. I enjoyed sitting through it.